I could.
Yeah, sure.
The president talks about threats to democracy, and this is the first time I've had a chance to ask a question since former President Trump was convicted. How is it not a threat to democracy when you have a prosecutor from the same party as the president waiting 7 years to prosecute the political opponent in an election year?
I'm sorry, I don't.
How is it not a threat to democracy when you have a prosecutor of the same political party as the president waiting 7 years? The crime happened in 2017. To prosecute in an election year a former president who's now...
That's a question for the Department of Justice on their timeline and how this moves. I can't answer that for you here. Go ahead, Phil.
Thank you. There was some confusion on this previously, and the president seemed to address this in passing as he was walking away from that joint press conference with Zelensky.
Yes, I know the question, yeah.
So I just wanted to clarify, President Biden has ruled out any type of commutation or reduced sentence for his son, Hunter Biden?
Yes, he has.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Karine, is there anything inappropriate when a reporter asks a question about Gaza at an event where the president wants to focus on Ukraine or another subject?
So look, I'll say this, I think, and you kind of are stating it in your question, the president, if you think about what happened when he walked, right before he walked to the podium, and what was done in front of all of your colleagues, all of you, the world, was that they signed a security agreement, and which was incredibly important. And so for the president, as he's standing to his right, President Zelensky standing to his right, they're talking about obviously a war that's been going on, Russia's aggression into Ukraine that's been going on for more than 2 years. In his mind, right, it's like, okay, there is an important bilateral press conference, if you will, currently happening with a president that is fighting for their freedoms, fighting for their democracy. So in his mind, the focus should be on that. But we've seen many press conferences where other questions are asked and he answers them. And even in saying that and what he said, he still took the answer. He still obviously took the question and answered it. But that is how he's thinking. President Zelensky, standing to the right, his right, they just signed an important security agreement. That is going to be critical to the people of Ukraine as they have been fighting this aggression by Russia. And so that's it. I wouldn't, he respects the freedom of the press. He does. I wouldn't read too much into it, but that is... No, I just know there isn't. That is what he was thinking in that moment, in that time. There is an important moment that was developing in front of everyone, and that's kind of what he was hoping the focus would be on.